What's going on, guys? Today we're reviewing some custom Lego horror minifigures. As you can see, we have Michael Myers over here, Freddy Krueger, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw. We have a couple Jason Voorhees figures from Friday the 13th, and we have Pennywise the Clown. So let's get right into the video. Alright, so our first figure is Pennywise the Clown from the It movies. This guy is played by Bill Skarsgård. I will remove the balloon so you can see him better. This guy was pretty basic to make, but I think it turned out okay. The face is a little bit messed up, but I used a Joker face. I also painted the hair orange, and I had to sculpt the side pieces of hair onto him. I also painted his shoes, and I painted these little cuffs around the arms. So that is Pennywise the Clown. Alright, so our next figure is Jason Voorhees. Now this particular version is from part 3. There's lots of Jason movies, Friday the 13th movies I should say. There's I think maybe 10 or 12 of them. But this one is from the 3rd installment when he first got the hockey mask. As you can see, I made the hockey mask out of a baseball hat, like a Lego baseball hat, and I cut the tip off of the end. The reason now he has a harpoon gun is because one of the most famous kills in the entire movie, he shot a girl in the eye with the harpoon gun. And it was kind of the signature kill of the movie. But for the paint job, I just, it was pretty basic. I used green paint for the shirt. I just gave him regular gray legs. And there is nothing on the back. So that is Jason from Friday the 13th, part 3. Alright, so this is our second Jason figure, and this particular one is from part 7, I believe, and this is the one where he gets his mask cut up. As you can see, there's a hole in his mask right there, and that is from a boat propeller. His mask gets cut off. He also has like these chain locks. He's wearing a chain. As you can see, his rib cage is showing because he has been underwater and is kind of decaying. I sculpted the hair and the back. Some of this stuff that I use for sculpting, I'll show you in a second, is called green stuff. It's this right here. It's really good. You should definitely look into it. Here. Green stuff. So that's how I did this guy. I also gave him a classic machete. Like, center this. I gave him a classic machete, and I sculpted the face, the hockey mask, out of green stuff, as well as the hair and parts on the back and the right arm. So that is Jason. Alright, this is our third and final Jason. Now, as you can see, this is from the remake, the 2009, I believe to be a remake, and I think he turned out pretty well. As you can see, I did make him taller, so here is a regular figure in height comparison, just a slight bit taller, and he was a very, very tall guy in the movie. He also has his yellow undershirt with his hoodie over top of that. Also has some blood on the hoodie. This mask, I used a race car driver helmet, and I cut the back off of it. So you can see that's how I made the mask. I took a Brick Arms machete and gave that to him. I thought it fit him pretty well. Get a full view of that mask. That I just used a Sharpie, a black fine tip Sharpie, like this one right here. to do all the holes and everything. He also has a bow and arrow. He has arrows on his back, and that is from when he shot the dude in the boat. From that scene. It's been a while for me since I've seen the movie, but that is Jason. Personally, my favorite Jason. Okay, next up, as you can see, it is Michael Myers from when he was a young child. Now, if you know what the Halloween story is, Michael Myers, he killed his sister when he was like 10 years old or something, and he was sent to prison, and then he escaped from prison. Whatever. This is from when he was a child, and he went out trick-or-treating on that Halloween night that he killed his sister. And this version I based off of the 2007 remake of Michael Myers. I gave him Luke Skywalker hair, and I painted a like it was like a knights and cavalry shirt for the torso. I also gave him a little pumpkin bin for his candy, and that is Michael Myers. Alright, now it's time for my personal favorite version of any horror character. Michael Myers, fully grown, is, he's one of the most terrifying and just awesome characters in horror movies. I really like him, and this figure was basically really easy to make. The only thing that was slightly challenging was the, making the wear on the mask. I painted the mask, the eyes, and the mouth and the eyebrows, but then I wanted to make the mask look old, so I had to touch it up with some dry brushing. As you can see right there, I dry brushed a little bit of brown, I'm sorry, and I made some crease lines to make it look like it was all worn out and old. I also, same thing with the Jason, this Jason right here, I extended the legs so he is taller by one stud, and it makes a pretty noticeable difference. So you can see slightly taller, and that is Michael Myers. So in terms of custom figures that I have painted, this Michael Myers version is probably my favorite looking, because I think it looks just like he did in the movie. As you can see, the mask kind of towards on the right side is pink and red. That is from the gunshot wound to the face. And he also has half of his mask ripped. He also is very bloody, because I remember this from the 2009 remake. This is a very gory movie. I also give him his hunter knife right there, his hunting knife. And he has his green jacket with his white shirt and dark brown pants. So that is Michael Myers from the 2009 remake part 2. Okay, so this is the next figure. It is it's Leatherface from the original 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is one of the greatest movies of all time, in my opinion. It really started off the gory movies and the horror franchises. It's really an original movie, and it really kickstarted things. I made this figure exactly like he looks in the movie. I gave him puffy hair, which I had to paint black. I also gave him a chainsaw that is not Lego. I found that in some kind of kit, an off-brand sort of Lego kit. I also gave him a butcher knife right there. I painted his face to look like the mask that he wore towards the end of the movie. This is the more classic look. And that little red mark on his right leg is from when he was chasing down that girl at the end of the movie. And the one dude, I forget his name, but he hit him in the head with a wrench, and then Leatherface fell over, and he dropped the chainsaw on his leg, which cut his leg pretty badly. So that is my Texas Chainsaw Leatherface, and this version, ironically, is called Pretty Girl. So that is Leatherface. Okay, so this is Freddy Krueger, and this particular version is from the very first Nightmare on Elm Street, the original one. I believe it came out in 1984, so a long, long time ago. And as you can see, I gave him an Indiana Jones hat. I painted a green and red kind of Christmas style stripe shirt on him. That's his classic shirt that he wears. I also gave him a bloody, or I guess you could say burnt hand. And I gave him his claws, as you can see right on his right hand, which I believe to be the right hand there. And I also gave him blue pants. And really the only difficult thing about this figure was painting the face. Oh, sorry. If you can take a look, that's what it looks like. So that is Freddy Krueger. Alright, that is all for this video. Please make sure to check out my channel. I have more content like this. And if you're interested in Breaking Bad or Walking Dead or even basketball Legos, I have videos on my channel of that too. So please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And that's pretty much it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.